Alrighty, I am back from the Cape York trip. Now I know what you're going to ask. When are the videos coming? That is a very good question. Isn't it, George? Me? Yeah, well, here's the issue. Now, it all of a sudden has decided... George, what are you doing? It has all of a sudden decided it doesn't want to load 4K video. So, of course, I filmed everything in 4K because why wouldn't you these days? And yeah, it just doesn't want to play the game. So I could format this, try and bring some life back to it, or I can look into another computer, which is essentially what I'm doing. So it's going to be a little bit down the track, but there's multiple things to go over on the bike, we'll go outside now and we'll have a look. Alrighty, so I got back about 2 days ago from Cape York. Just came like all the way down the coast. So it was a bit different to what I had planned, but mainly wanted to get home because of the wheel, and got stuck in crazy weather around Goulburn and Canberra. So let's go into the shed, spin you around. Alright, so bike's all back. It's an absolute mess in here at the moment because I just pretty much threw everything together. So, the big thing, actually I'll just zoom in. The wheel. It's almost like it's tried to straighten itself out a bit when I was riding. I had to run fairly high pressure. So I was running around 35, 36 on the highway just to keep the pressure up. But there was like a constant vibration through the handlebars. So my hands, I'm just trying to get a lot of feeling back in them now. It feels like they're all super tight and grip strength's fairly weak at the moment from hanging on. That's the only issue I had the whole time riding, really, was on the way back. So everything bag-wise is still here, except for I had a plastic bag underneath the tripod, which just had my my shoes and dirty clothes in it, and a bottle that I bought from the Bundy distillery. Everything hung on. I was just loose at the moment because I had to loosen it to get that bag out. These steel core secure straps. So if you're unfamiliar with these, here's a tripod. There's a metal wire that goes down the middle, which you can see here because it started to rub through. There we go. I wasn't sure if I should put them on or not, but as you can see here, that one's wrapped around that bag. They did save my stuff from getting stolen at Innisfail, where some locals thought they could take my stuff. Now they can't take anything. So yeah, that's fun. Oh, tyres. Heaps of meat. Oh, there's my finger. I'll do a proper thing on this later anyway. But the fronts don't even look like they've moved. Really, like if you look at them from the side. They could easily do another trip up and back, plus more. I didn't bring the keys out with me, so I can't fire up to see how many keys I got. I'm gonna go get the keys. All right, had the keys. Let's see how many Ks this trip was. I haven't even looked, I forgot. I reckon 9,000 something. We got trip, should be on trip 2. I'll scroll through trip 2. There you go, 9,656.4 kilometers. So it's definitely due for a service, and that's the exact Ks that are on these set of tyres. So I'll go into a bit more depth about these tyres and what I think about them a bit later on. But in the meantime, it's time for a service. And if all you Ducati purists out there hate me for putting non-Ducati branded Shell Advance Ultra in, this is just as good. Now, if you actually go through the Ducati manual, it states any JOSOMA oil is fine to put in this. So it actually says MA2. Now, if you look into it, MA2 is mainly designed for vehicles with catalytic converters, but you can use MA as well. Now you say, oh, but your bike does have a catalytic converter. It's that massive thing underneath here. Yeah, it does at the moment, but by the time I put that oil in, that thing won't be there. If you know what I'm saying, without voiding warranties and all that fun stuff. So, nut and bolt wise, I think everything's still there. Oh, it just decided to prime itself. Now, spring wise, this rear spring, fully loaded with me on it, does need to go up a couple of ratings. I have looked into it. I was going to stop at the place and pick a new one up, but they don't open on weekends and I went past on a Saturday. So I was getting them to send that out to me, and then possibly in the future we'll look at sending the fronts up for them to do as well. But I can't complain about the bike, even with a damaged wheel, which it actually doesn't look as bad as what it did when it first happened. It got me there, it got me back. So it did just as many Ks with the damaged rim that it did fully all nice, up and running. Oh yeah, now with the bags as well, they all stayed on pretty good. The only thing is it's like got a slight bit of wear in here, but no, they're good. I'll talk more about these bags later anyway, but at the moment it's just a matter of taking everything off, getting rid of all this red stuff, and then we'll start pulling it apart. So take the fuel tank off, check the air filter, well obviously clean it because it's going to be full of red dust, and put it all back together, ready for the next big trip. So where's the next big trip, you ask? Well, I do have one planned. Just got to find the exact timing to do it. So it's a bit like red dust everywhere at the moment. I can't recommend this GPS bracket enough. Even with all the corrugations, it didn't move once. GPS never came off. It only came off when I took it off, when I went into the shops and that sort of thing, which was lucky, because every time I went into some shops, I'd take the GPS off and take my helmet with me as well. So it was just these bags with the straps on. And yeah, as I said, some people thought they could help themselves, but they didn't. Mainly, I think, probably because of these straps. They couldn't work out, like, because I came out and that one was undone, and I think this side was undone as well. And they couldn't work out how to do these side ones, so they weren't touching those. But yeah, I think I got there just in time. All right, it's just a quick little update saying I'm back. Oh, forgot. I did meet up with some people near Cooktown actually, who were from Victoria. So I'm actually about to go ring them. And he said that he should be able to fix that. But I'm also looking at the Bart's set of tubeless rims for this as well. So that'll be another video on spending too much money on a set of rims, but yeah, we'll get there and get ready for the next big trip. See you in the next one.